I will show you today why in the next 48 hours the window is closing to have the best opportunity to get Bitcoin the last time below $100,000. This is the last chance. That is not a drill. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Saturday today. Again, my new lights are insanely hot. I will not stay too long here on the stream because they are cooking me, literally, a little bit. But let's directly jump here into the charts. We go into the CME chart. Actually, I wanted to work a little bit more on the CME chart earlier, but I fell asleep because I was in the gym. So here we closed yesterday at $99,250 approximately, the CME chart. That means if we stay at current levels, that we would get a small CME gap by tomorrow, all the way down from here. So there, okay, that's actually not that small for the CME chart. Would be actually nice. And that CME gap, if we get it, honestly, it does not really matter if we get it or not, because if we are not getting it, that means price is already trading here on spot around that level, which again will put Bitcoin close or above $100,000 in the next 48 hours, guys. So maximum, you know the drill, guys. Maximum this will take until next Wednesday, because you know we have the time window when CME opens. Within 72 hours, usually we close these CME gaps, or we don't get one at all, because Bitcoin is tomorrow already trading around the $100,000 mark. Now, when we go into the weekly chart, also here we have a super bullish weekly candle here currently, bouncing back from the lows to the upside. I'm not concerned that we turn this again around into a red candle. So as things are looking here right now, we are getting a super bullish close, and then the next candle will signal continuation to the upside. You see the same thing on the RSI. The RSI, exactly as I told you guys here for the last 10 days or so, we are getting here that bounce from that moving average on the RSI back to the upside. And again, that is also putting more upwards pressure on the higher time frames on Bitcoin for continuation. When we go into the 12-hourly chart, here, in terms of the indicators, at least on a stochastic RSI, we look a little bit cooked, where we should get a small correction, but the MACD is still bullish and the RSI is also slightly bullish, while we are trading above the point of control here on the VPVR, above $97,400. And in that scenario, guys, I have explained it many times to you, where I said when the MACD is extremely bullish and on the RSI is a lot of room to go to the upside, you can ignore the stochastic RSI and just follow the price action, especially with the EMA ribbon here about to flip around in the next 24 hours back to the upside with the yellow string, giving us the directional move here for continuation. Also, in terms of the VPVR, a move into $98,700 here, where we basically were yesterday already, here in the top section. And remember, I said when we get there, most likely we're going to get rejected. That's exactly what happened. Now, the next time when we come up here, we will get the continuation that we are looking for into $100,000. So that's why I'm telling you guys, time is running out. You have potentially a couple hours to get a chance to buy Bitcoin below $100,000. And afterwards, I don't believe that we will come back into these levels for a really long time. So because there's no reason for Bitcoin, unless something crazy happens, you know what I always say, like Trump gets shot again, Israel, whatever, you know. So unless something crazy like this happens, I don't see Bitcoin coming back for a couple of months at least to the below $100,000. Now, on the MDX algo gradients, also here, we are trading on the 4-hourly chart above the golden ratio. The golden ratio is acting as support currently while we are consolidating it to the downside, which is absolutely fine. The reactor indicator is starting to heat up here, but it's not overheated yet. We did not get any reversal indications yet, and that's just due to the fact that we did not get here any bearish divergence and no double confirmation here with these R plots on that reactor indicator. Also, in terms of the candles, we just printed a couple of red candles, still nothing crazy here. Usually when we print these red candles, we get also some big swings to the upside that we did not get yet, so that we would need to adjust our strategy and say, hey, okay, there's maybe now again a small pullback that can last for a couple of days, maybe for a week, before we then get the next leg to the upside. So this is not the case right now. So we are absolutely fine here. And also here, something that I wanted to point out here, what I mentioned yesterday was that when we come into this sell cluster here, that I would expect a small pullback, and only then we get continuation. So here you see already, once we break this downward sloping trend line here, continuation is basically programmed, and that can happen as early as tonight at some point. When we look at ZoomX, how my trades are doing, now everything is green, guys. Amazingly, everything is green. I'm over $100,000 in profit here, $77,000 on my Bitcoin trade, which is amazing. Again, guys, if you want to trade on ZoomX and you cannot trade on Bybit because you are in a restricted country like in the US, Canada, India, wherever, use ZoomX. There is a link in the description. You still get $45,000 up in sign-up bonuses if you go to ZoomX, guys. And you see here the trades that we are opening here on ZoomX are insanely profitable right now, and I'm building similar positions also on Bybit, just that you know. So when we go now into the liquidation levels, we have here some high leveraged liquidity just here on the short side that came in recently. So but yeah, it's almost nothing. I will not even put the text in there because just this one bar here with 100x short positions here. But you see here, we are consolidating below the 200 moving average, exactly as we predicted it. And now the next move will be a push above the 200 moving average. I don't expect here a major rejection. I expect here continuation to the upside. And I'm going to show you in a moment from where I take the confidence that we're going to get to the continuation to the upside, which will then in return trigger another short squeeze into the $100,000 cluster here, where we don't have so much high leverage liquidity anymore. Here's more like mid leverage liquidity now sitting. But I can tell you, once we push here into $102,000 and take out all the liquidity that's sitting between 100 and 102, we're going to get another nice short squeeze in direction here of $105,000, and from there then also a little bit higher. So here comes something that I want to mention, guys, because a lot of people think right now that we will come down and take out here all this high leverage long liquidity before we go up. I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so that this is going to happen, because I just want to remind you guys, we had the same thing with short liquidity sitting up here in this cluster. And we still did not go back up there to take the liquidity out. And in return, when shorts started to see now that the price is reversing back to the upside, they started to close their short positions. So the same thing is most likely playing out here right now, where we will not come down into these levels here to take the long liquidity. We get rather a push to the upside, fool everyone that is expecting that we come down first, and keep grinding here to the upside. And then at some point, you're going to see that these positions will start to vanish, because people will start taking profit on these high leveraged positions that they have built slightly below the current price. So I think most of these positions, they were opened somewhere between $95,000, between $95,000 and $96,000 around these levels were this position built. Then on the liquidation heat map, again, over the last 3 days, most of the liquidity has built up below us. But again, guys, that is what I mean right now. When you look at the liquidation heat map, I don't believe that we come down here to take this out. Maybe if you're really lucky, we come down here to $97,200 before we get that leg to the upside. I believe a lot of people will get trapped here, because they think once we reach that level, we will keep grinding lower. into all the liquidity that's sitting below us. But from my perspective, I believe even if we come down here, and it's a big if actually that we come down here, from there we get a reversal straight here into $99,000. So now I'm going to show you why I'm so confident to say that, because we have, first of all, on the 1 hourly chart, a bull flag that has formed here. The bull flag target is already above $100,000, $100,500. And you see here we are currently trying to, or soon to break out of that bull flag. So the reason for that is really simple. You have lots of buying pressure here on the MACD. You see, and the sell pressure is fading out. The MACD is turning around. In 3 minutes, we get another 1 hourly candle. And I believe in maybe even in that upcoming 1 hourly candle, we get to push here to the upside. The stochastic RSI is also pointing to the upside. The RSI is pointing to the upside with a lot of more room to go higher. So I don't believe that we are going to stop here to move to the upside before we touch here the next resistance of $99,500. Maybe we even push through that and stop somewhere just above $100,000. I want to remind you, I told you this yesterday, that I would expect a move close to $100,000 over this weekend, and then a pullback because that would coincide with the 4 hourly, 12 hourly, and the daily time frame, where we need a small pullback before we get then the next major leg to the upside. So this could be it, guys, where we get now over the next 5-6 hours that move here into that level, then get one more pullback, and then we attack the $100,000 mark. Here on the 15 minutes, we have a falling wedge pattern that is also about to break out. So the only problem with that is the stochastic is here already pretty high. So that could put at least some sideways movement on the current price action until we come down here a little bit and then break here into higher levels. So if I had to guess how long this can take, so you see here that can take another, like I said, 5-6 hours approximately until the stochastic RSI comes down, while we are going here sideways, chopping a little bit sideways, and then you get that move here to the upside. The target on the 50 minutes chart, if you want to scalp, would be $98,000. $99,000 approximately. So that's just a $1,000 move. For me personally, not really worth trading that. You know, it's a 1.5% move to the upside. Why would you want to trade that? You know, so and use high leverage, potentially with bigger position size to actually make some good money. I rather take some lower leverage on Bitcoin, where I know when we go up, you know, so that are going to print without risking to get liquidated, you know. So here 20x leverage on cross. On cross, it's fine because my liquidation price is so ridiculous low that it's highly unlikely to get touched at around $85,000. Hence why I'm confident to have that position running here, you know. So, and I'm getting closer and closer to break even. The same with the Coty trade. Again, guys, if you want to trade on Bybit and want a Bybit card and want to take part in what's coming up, what I discussed with Bybit, I have to talk to them on Monday again. Use the link in the description below, sign up on Bybit, because also these trades here, I'm gonna tell you, the Bitcoin trade will be by Monday already in profit. The Coty trade maybe in another week, you know, so maybe it takes another 7 days, but this will also flip here pretty soon green. Now, when we look at the Bitcoin dominance is still going lower to the downside here. We were bouncing here a little bit today to the upside, which I actually appreciated, because remember what I said, guys, we want some consolidation before we go lower. Now we move a little bit lower. That's also fine, but I think here around 56.4%, there was previously some support. There we might get then that bounce with that consolidation that I'm looking for before we get the next major leg here to the downside in direction of 55% and lower from there. But overall, we are still following the trajectory that I had mapped out, I think, as early as late November at some point. The same with the total free market cap. So here I have to mention, I told you guys, when we are following this trajectory, we don't know exactly how high we go here in that move, you know, before we come down. So that there was just basically here to symbolize the trajectory, yeah, that's the right word that I was looking for. So we can, of course, go all the way into the top of that resistance block here at $1.06 trillion before we come down. But it will not change anything, in my opinion, on that small pullback that we're going to get here closer to $1 trillion again before we get then our continuation. So, but for now, we are rallying here a little bit to the upside in the total free market cap, which is of course good for our altcoins and especially for Ethereum right now. So Ethereum is above $3,645. We have broken out of that ascending triangle. You had here on the 15 minutes chart some ample opportunity to get into that trade if you waited for the ascending triangle to break to the upside. So look at this here. So you had here really a good opportunity to get in here before that started moving higher. Now we are also consolidating here on the 15 minutes, on the 1 hourly. I think, yeah, so here we have not so much room anymore to go higher. That looks like that we are running out of steam here close to $3,700 in the short term, guys, only in the short term. Then get a small pullback, most likely into the current order block that is here. So all the way down maybe to $3,580 and $3,650. That might be the support block if we go into $3,700 or $3,720 that we are reversing back into. And from there we get then the next leg to the upside, because also here if I go into higher time frames, you're going to see that the indicators look not so crazy bullish anymore. So we are definitely running out here pretty soon with the upwards momentum. So here on the stochastic RSI, we maybe have one more candle left. That's why I'm saying we could touch here the 0.786 at $3,700 roughly, and then turn around. But if I go here, for example, into the 12 hourly, there you see on the RSI, there's a little bit more room left here, but also here it looks like that with the current 12 hourly candle close, we most likely gonna turn around a little bit, which is absolutely fine, you know, because then we get continuation into $3,940, I think it was, all the way up here. I need to pull this a little bit down. $3,870 doesn't make a huge difference. So, but yeah, the consolidation will last potentially over 2-3 days into the early upcoming week, and then we get a nice juicy pump here. So why am I confident that altcoins starting to run, and why we need to position ourselves also right now in altcoins if you did not do it already? Really simple. I actually gonna tell it to you guys here in a moment. Let's get here some likes on the video. Smash up the like button. I see only 70 likes, guys. Smash up the like button, guys. I will be only here for another 50 minutes or something. Let's get some more people in here, and that can only happen if we get more likes on the video, guys. You know, 320 people watching. At least half of you can push the like button. It costs you nothing, guys. Come on, smash the like button, guys. So now, do I want to wait a little bit? Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, that's good enough for me. But a little bit more, guys. So why do I believe that we are running here short on time for altcoins to get positions? Really simple. I had a look today at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, and we are bouncing off that multi-year support level now back to the upside. So here, look at that massive green candle here on the weekly chart that we are putting in. It looks on that scale small, but trust me, this is a big move on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart here right now, back to the upside. So when you see a move like that, I can already promise you next week you're gonna get continuation, then maybe one consolidation candle, and then you get the next leg to the upside. So, and that means that by the end of the month, I expect that here on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, we're gonna touch the upward sloping resistance line, and by February we are within that triangle here, and will into March, maybe already in February if we are lucky enough, at some point in February, most likely mid-end February, early March, break out of this with a massive candle to the upside. So, and with massive candle, I mean a green candle like this here. So now imagine what that will do to our altcoin backs when you get on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, a weekly candle like this here. So let me actually have a look here, percentage-wise, how much was this? So there was a 25% move on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. I can tell you on the Ethereum chart here, so May, what did that do in May here? To the Ethereum chart, May 24, I think that was. So let's go into the daily chart. May 20. Oh, I think that was, yeah. So look at this candle here. So that was basically, so now we are on a daily chart. So that was basically here, this whole move here. So that was a almost a 31% move on the Ethereum USDT chart. So, and then now think about what that did to beta plays on Ethereum, like Lido, Arbitrum, and all the other coins. So, and they have most likely done at least 50-60% within a week, so we are talking about a week, not a month. So, and that's why you need to make sure that you position yourself right now. So if I would be not already in a massive Ethereum trade here on ZoomX, where I'm also up now $22,000 roughly. So what I would do is I would actually wait for that pullback to be happening here in the next 48 hours, and then get in on that pullback close to $3,600, or to add to my position if I wanted to add to my position. Personally, I don't want to add to my position that I have. I'm fine with that because it's already pretty big. And then you trade this in the direction of $4,000. Potentially even higher than that. So my goal is to trade this into new all-time high. You do what you want to do. When we look at Solana, Solana is also consolidating here absolutely fine on the daily chart. When we go here into the 4 hours, now also you see here we are just consolidating within that resistance here all the way up to $220. And at the same time, we have definitely some bullishness in the indicators, because the stochastic is coming down while we are just going sideways. So this is what's going to happen to many altcoins here in the near future, where you see that the stochastic is coming down. I actually pointed that out 2 days ago or yesterday, I can't remember anymore, where you're going to see this. And then once the stochastic is coming closer here to the bottom, you get the turnaround, and the price action will also then keep rallying here to the upside. So here for Solana, I could imagine that we would try to get a new all-time high as early as next week, by the end of the week. So by the end of next week, we could potentially try to put in a new all-time high for Solana. I don't expect that this will be here somewhere close to $300, but it will be most likely closer to $270, something like that. So even if you would get in now, you would still get at least a 25% move here to the upside, roughly. Yeah, almost 25% move from current price action. So that is the bare minimum that I'm expecting for the upcoming week for Solana. So the only thing that is a little bit concerning is that here the RSI, okay, it's not overbought yet. It was overbought and came down a little bit, so that's fine. So as long as that stays that way. Let's see how we look here on the 1 hourly for Solana. And then I'll show you some altcoins that we're going to talk about. Okay, here also, here we are actually looking fine. So that's fine. So most likely also continuation programmed pretty soon here. Give it maximum another 12 hours, then I think we break $220. So AVAX. AVAX is tackling here that resistance level at $42 that I spoke yesterday about. We're consolidating just below that level currently. So once we get a break above that, remember guys, at least a 30-minute candle close, then you can enter from here, because then we most likely get continuation in direction here of the $52 mark. So if you enter from $42 here all the way up to 52, that is also a 23.5% move to the upside, and that might be one of the next trades that I'm also taking personally here for a short flip to the upside. In terms of indicators, here on the RSI also still some more room to go to the upside on the daily. I think it also screams correction, at least on a stochastic RSI. But again, guys, you know, same old story. The RSI has still a lot of room to go higher here. We are going sideways. The MACD is bullish. And then I keep ignoring the stochastic. Once we break above $42, that's when I start ignoring on the daily the stochastic RSI. The next one is render. So render is above that resistance area already that I pointed out the other day. Remember, I said you can either buy down here or up there. If you still want to get into render position, it would be not too late, but you have to do it basically right now. You know, so I would not wait here. You have to do it right now, because I think on the 1 hourly, no, not on 1 hourly. Where did we? Okay, you technically have a little bit of time, but I see here the stochastic turning already around slightly. So is it worth to wait here 0.5% for price to come down? I don't think so. You know, you would maybe gain 0.5% more, you know, so it's not worth it to wait for that. I would rather get in now and then trade this into the next resistance here of at least $9, you know. So when you get your continuation, you get here at least a 10% move from current price levels to the upside. So the reason for that is really simple. We have broken here that horizontal resistance cluster that was acting a little bit as resistance. We have broken yesterday the downward sloping trend line. Now the next logical target is all the way up here, so at $9. So what happens if we pull back a little bit, come and retest here again, $7.92? Who cares? It's a 2% move to the downside. From there, we're going to get again support and then continuation. So nothing to really worry about. Then Aptos is trying to smash through the $10 mark. I remember the last time when Aptos was up here at $10 that we also struggled. So why do we struggle? Because here from the past, these levels are acting as resistance. But once we are getting through this, you're going to get another nice poppy to the upside like we got here in the early morning today with that wick here. So I have actually on two different phones or two different accounts, Aptos trades running here. So you can see that for once over here. So that one is up. I hate there 7-8% right now. I'm up on this trade, and then I have another phone with a smaller position, and there I'm also up currently roughly 9% on that trade. So. Unfortunately, that trade was looking a little bit risky earlier today when I took it. That's why I did not send it out in the Telegram group. Again, if you want to get free calls that I give every now and then, go to the description. There is a link to the new Telegram group that has roughly over 500 people. You know, so join that group. So why does Aptos right now move to the upside? Really easy. We have here that bull flag formation that has broken to the upside. So here, that is the pole of that bull flag, and look where we are going. So here the target is $10.58 roughly, and here everything is also dialed in for continuation, at least into this target, in my opinion. So if we need to go into a higher time frame to get a better look here. Yeah, but look, look at this here. So there, exactly at that take profit point is another resistance level sitting. So if I use here this line, pull it up here. So there you see here, more or less around that technical target, there is some resistance before we break here above $11. So it makes a lot of sense that we come here in the next 48 hours up here, then most likely get a pullback, and then from that pullback get the momentum to break past $11. Then Casper also broke here above 12 cents and free. What I mentioned, guys, I told you if you want to get in and you're a little bit more risk adverse, you can enter from there. So we have now over the last 2 days moved here to the upside. We are now at the 13 cents level. Once you see a daily candle closing above 13 cents for long-term spot accumulation, that is a really good level where I would start loading up on Casper. If you want to have a short-term trade on Casper, you need to go more here into the 4-hourly chart if it's loading. So I'm waiting. actually I'm gonna get a better internet connection. This one is horrible, you know. So it's doing what it should do, you know. It's working for what I needed, you know. So but you see sometimes when the charts are loading and stuff like that, you know, it just takes a little bit, you know, from time to time. So and I'm not a really patient guy when it comes to stuff like that. So you see on the 4-hourly chart, we are trying with the current 4-hourly candle to break above the 13 cents level already. The stochastic is turning around. The RSI is pointing to the upside. On the MACD, I would like to see a bounce from the trend line of the signal line. When you get that, so when basically the blue line is bouncing off here, the red line, when you get that and you have price action above the 13 cent level, that is where I would enter here also a short-term trade. I actually need to make this quick red here. So in that zone here at 15 cents 0.6 to 16 cents 0.1, that would be my short-term target. So that would be my short-term target. If you want to wait roughly 3-4 weeks, then we can go higher. Then you can go like to 21 cents, potentially 25 cents for Casper. Now, when I go here to, oh, crazy. So I opened an AAVE trade on AlphaX earlier. So actually, just that you know, so that account was sitting at, how much was it? $800. $800, yeah, $800 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Now, if you add my profit to my margin, I'm almost at $2,000. So I almost doubled this account here in the last 48 hours. I did not expect that this is turning around so quickly, but good for me. And I'm close to my take profit point here. I'm only 2% away from that currently, more or less. Yeah, if you want to trade decentralized, guys, there's also a link in the description. You still get up to $100. You get $100 just for signing up on AlphaX. And I'm gonna draw in a minute here two winners each $500, guys. You know, so make sure that for next week when I do this again, that you have an AlphaX account, and don't try to cheat. I saw one guy that opened 4 or 5 accounts and thought I don't see that and I'm stupid. You know, I see stuff like that, guys. So don't try to outsmart me, you know. So here AAVE. So why did I open a trade on AAVE? So now we moved already a little bit. From which level did I open that? $343. So basically I saw this consolidation here and I thought, okay, this was earlier looking like on the shorter time frames that we're going to get a pop here to the upside. That's exactly what's happening here. And $365.70 is the short-term resistance where we could potentially get a small pullback. Maybe we get a wick here into that big sell cluster close to $376. But from there, I expect that we turn around here, come back down to around $350, $349, then get the momentum to push here into higher levels. So and that's why I thought like, hey, why not? Let's make some short, some quick money here, some lunch money, and that's why I took that trade earlier here. So if you want to also get into an AAVE trade right now, it's too late, you know. So either you wait for a distinctive break of $365, or you wait for that pullback between $350 and $340 to get into a trade here, and then you can trade that past $440 here to the upside. Let me have a look here quick on near also here on the 1 hourly time frame. It looks like we want to break. Is this the golden ratio here? No, we are above the golden ratio already. What is this? The 0.5 level is that. Okay. I actually need to take a sip here. You maybe hear that it's scratching in my throat a little bit. So sorry guys. So near looks like it wants to push through the $5, what is that, 90 and yeah, $5.90 level. We have a lot of momentum here left to go to the upside, not only on the MACD but also on stochastic RSI. Only the RSI is coming down a little bit because we are just running here into resistance, you know. So but over the next 2 hours we could get a breakthrough here. Once we break through this here, $6.30 is the level where we go to, and near is also one of these coins that can start moving pretty quickly once we get through a resistance level like $5.90, and you see here quick moves like this, and then around only $6.50 you actually get the turnaround, you know. So but I prefer to be on the safer side and take my money already out if I would open a trade here on near around $6.30 if I just want to make a quick flip here. Then let's have a look here on Arbitrum. Arbitrum also moving to the upside. We have not so much room to go higher here on the 4-hourly chart. Most likely also around 90 cents, 92 cents. We start to turn around a little bit because here everything is overextended. The RSI is overbought. The stochastic RSI is overbought. Only the MACD is a little bit, still bullish here. Maybe on the 1-hourly chart. Yeah, you see here you have maximum the current 1-hourly candle and the following 1-hourly candle, and I think then Arbitrum is turning around. So wait for the turnaround if you want to get in. You're most likely going to get 84 cents as a retest level, and then you can trade this here past $1. I believe Arbitrum actually, once Ethereum starts running, is going really, really quickly into $2 here in less than a month, in my opinion. Then the next one is Optimism. You see Optimism is already running like crazy. So also not a coin that you want to get in right now, but on the pullback most likely will go back to $1.90. 92, actually not that low. You're gonna get $1.96, $1.98. These are the two levels that I would be looking out for to setting some limit orders once this is turning around, because you see here that resistance at $2.10 will be most likely not broken, and from here we are coming back down. So but once we get the bounce, the next level that I would be looking at would be here the 1.618, the 1.5 level. $2.50 will be the next bigger move here, which will be roughly 20%. So I'm gonna have a look here. A16Z is a meme coin. What is Cookie DAO? Is that also a meme coin? So I know AIX, that is one of these agents. So let's have a look at that actually. I wanted to have a look at this earlier. So let's have a look here. So that looks like we're gonna get continuation here on that AI agent. Tongue breaker a little bit. So if I wanted to trade this, I would be waiting for 54 cents point one to be broken. Yeah, so that would be the level that I would be currently looking at for a continuation to the upside. So if we come back down, then most likely it goes down to 51 cents, back into that sell cluster, the underlying sell cluster on the 4-hourly chart. Let's see how the higher time frames are looking. RSI not overextended yet. 1-hourly overextended, yeah. So most likely in the short term, over the next 2-3 hours, we bounce here a little bit around in that area, and then you get the next push here into the all-time high of 67 cents. So that might be actually a good move. Maybe I open, once I'm done with my AVAX trade, a small position on that. So that, yeah, 24%. Why not? Why not? Do we have on AlphaX? Do we have that? Let's see. Nah, too bad. Too bad. So I have to do it on Bybit, which is fine. So there was that one. So let's continue here. Sui. So Sui is completely destroying everything today. New all-time high, I think. Let's see on the new all-time high, $5. What is the current all-time high? $5.31. So I wouldn't be me if I would not have also a Sui trade running. So I have a Sui trade running on ZoomX. That's also up right now. Let me show it to you guys. So here's my Sui trade. Also up almost $400 right now. Over $400 right now. So it's bouncing up and down. So on Sui, I entered at $5.18. I was earlier also in Sui. That's the second time that I'm trading Sui today. So here, the next level for Sui to the upside, you can only go based off the golden ratio. See what I mean with the chart loading here? That is not nice, you know. So most likely the next move here will be into $6. We might get stopped here, short-lived at $5.94 here at the 2.272 before we then get continuation into $6.33. So here, because we are in price discovery on Sui, most likely we still have enough room left here. If I go here, for example, to the 1 hourly chart, so here we still have one more 1 hourly candle left to push here a little bit higher in direction of $5.50. So I think here close to $5.50, we're going to get a small pullback before we then push here in direction of $6. The next one is Link. So Link also breaking out of that resistance cluster that I pointed out here. Not the worst moment to get into Link. I actually gonna flip into some of my money from other positions into Link when they are closing, if it will be not too late. So you can still enter Link here. And here the next target is $28.76 roughly. That is from the current price. Almost, I think, also 25% move to the upside. Yeah, 20% move roughly to the upside. So also still a juicy move left here. You see the stochastic RSI putting in a buy signal on the 4 hourly chart once we are closing this 4 hourly candle. RSI also still in bullish territory. MACD is bullish. A lot of continuation here to the upside. So I'm gonna have a look here quick in other coins that you want, but only 2 they're gonna do. And before that, we're gonna give away 2 times $500. So random number generator. So that's what I need. Let's go over here. So number, what is this? 14 to 33. So let's see. 14 to 33. The first winner, 26. So who's number 26? So if your AlphaX account number is 1678138, you won $500 on AlphaX. Remember, you have from now, 24 hours to send an email to info@amcrypto.us with a screenshot that you are the owner of that account, and then the AlphaX team will credit the $500 into your account. So, but from now, you know, so not when you watch it in like 12 hours or something, the replay of the stream. From now, you have 24 hours. So then the next one, actually I need to make this like this. So that, okay, that's fine. So now we have 15 to 33. So the next one is 16. So here, number 16. So if your account number is 1678173, you also won $500. Same thing. Send an email to info@amcrypto.us, and my team is going to sort you out that you get the $500 credited. But be quick with that. So, and don't send us emails to follow up. When we get the email, we directly send it to AlphaX. And if they need a day or two, don't spam my team with emails. You know, where are the $500? They are coming, guys. So don't worry about that. So now let me have a look here. I'm going to have a look at Theta. Theta is a good one. Let's have a look at Theta. I was actually yesterday looking at Theta, but I was not interesting enough to trade it yesterday. Let's see how it's looking today. Today on the 1 hourly is looking better, to be honest. On the 4 hourly, oh, that looks juicy. That looks nice. So, but I need to make a zone out of that. So we need a zone here. Yeah, so that's kind of, so that is the zone. So once we break through this here, $2.55, you're going to get continuation. There is a downward sloping trend line that we need to respect that I see already. Actually, it got already broken. It does not matter how I draw this here. Yeah, so that was already taken out. That's actually good. That's good. So here, worst case scenario, because the stochastic is coming down. So why is the stochastic coming down? Because we are here at that resistance consolidating. But the RSI has the room to go to the upside. The MACD can still go higher without any issue. So worst case scenario is we come and get a retest of the downward sloping trend line at $2.41, which will be like a 3.5% move to the downside. Bounce from there, come back up here, then push through, go in direction of $3. So here, that resistance cluster will not hold, in my opinion. Once we get here that push above $2.55, Theta will go straight into this resistance up here of $3.08. So that is a juicy move here, also from current levels, roughly 20%, a little bit higher actually, 23% to the upside. But you need that we get a close here above $2.55 for that continuation move. So, and on the 1 hourly chart, I would be inclined to take a risk here to enter right now, to just not make that, to just not miss that move actually. So, but I would have a tight stop loss here at $2.44 if I would enter right now. Then WorldCoin WLD, also something that I did not look in a long time at. Let's have a look at this. Where is my? Let's see. I know I had a chart. Where is? Okay. There we go. That was my chart from last year. Okay. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it. Then I can stay on this one here. So let's see on the daily chart where we are at. So there's also definitely so much more room to go to the upside. Look at this here. So here's something that I want to also explain you guys. So we had here massive consolidation for a couple of months here, basically into November. So here that move to the upside, I would kind of put this into brackets. But actually no, we don't have to. So now this here is a reaccumulation. And once that is done, what you're going to get here is an expansion move to the upside that will go past that all-time high here. So if you want to trade long-term WLD, right now is the perfect moment to either accumulate on spot or a super low leveraged long position, like super low. I mean like 2-3x, and you can hold this into at least the prior all-time high here of roughly $12. So now if you put in a 3x leverage trade, that will give you almost 12x return. And that might be happening also in the next 2 months. So I can wait, if I know I make 12x my money, I can wait 2 months, so I don't care if I need to wait 2 months. So once you see here a break above $2, let it be $2.50, $2.50, we are starting that expansion phase and start going higher really, really quickly. So for a short-term trade, same thing, I would wait for $2.50, and then you could trade this here into at least $4.21, because that might be also happening rather faster than anyone would expect. Let's see how we look here on the weekly chart. Yeah, here we are just about to turn around and to start that big breakout here to the upside. Guys, I have to go again. We are already almost running here 50 minutes. I try to make these streams a little bit shorter because 50 minutes is a long time for somebody that needs to watch all of that, Thank you so much for tuning in here. Once again, don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you with more money tomorrow.